Flying over the gorgeous Galston beach at the moment. Galston's famous as a seaside resort, and in the past for fishing. More recently famous as the setting for parts of the 2018 film Yesterday, based on the Beatles' famous song. Approaching Great Yarmouth Harbour now, and you can see the boats in the River Yare. This is the old harbour for Yarmouth, which over 200 years ago Daniel Defoe said was the finest quay in Europe. At one time, this was one of the most important fishing harbours in the country, especially for herring. Over to the right there, you can see the new harbour that's been built out into the sea. The spit, or finger of land all the way down here, is called South Denes, and it was mainly industrial previously. It had a racecourse on it and was very much a military area in the past. The ships you can see in the river below us on the left are mainly involved in the offshore energy supply business. There'll soon be a new bridge over the river taking a road to the new harbour. The beach at Yarmouth now becomes much clearer, and you can see the lovely stretch of land stretching ahead. Just below us now you can see a tall monument to Nelson, which was put up in 1817, 23 years before the one in Trafalgar Square. A little bit further on now you can start to pick out the main funfair of Pleasure Beach on what is called the Golden Mile. Did you know that entertainment's been there for 112 years, and the roller coaster will have its 90th birthday next year in 2022? We're now flying over what used to be the artillery barracks. The square building with all the green around it was the Naval Hospital. The River Yare is over to the left, and you can see Breydon Water. Norwich is nearly 22 miles away by road and takes about half an hour journey depending on the traffic, and 27.5 miles by river, but that takes nearly 6 hours by boat. If you look below at the piers, they stretch across the sand to the water's edge and over the water at high tide. They're called Britannia and Wellington piers. I wonder if you can work out why. Appearing now over to the right, you can see some of the wind farm on Scroby Sands off to one side. It's hard to believe that it's been there for 17 years now in 2021, and was one of the first offshore wind farms in Britain, and it could power 41,000 homes. We're flying north of Yarmouth now towards what's called North Denes. As we approach the end of North Denes, you'll see North Denes Primary School down below us. At this point we're nearer to the Netherlands than we are to London. Just over to the left in the green area, that's Yarmouth Racecourse. As we come to the end of Yarmouth area, there's a very large caravan and holiday park there. It's like a big triangle down below us. And now as we come to the end of Yarmouth and we approach Caister, there's just a short gap of greenery in between the two towns. This is more of the residential end of Caister, and you can see as we fly further north many caravan sites with beautiful beach beside it. The red building is the famous Caister lifeboat shed. Down there is a memorial to the lifeboat men who lost their lives in 1901, attempting a rescue when their boat capsized in angry seas. When someone was interviewed about the event, they said, "Caister men never turn back," and that has become their motto. As we fly north now along this part of the coast, you can see several stone wave breaks here. These are all part of the coastal defences, and we'll explore these ideas about coastal defence very much more in the second film, further along the coast. North of Case, there are a number of holiday settlements at California. See if we can find out why it's called California. There's Newport and Scratby and Hemsby, and there are very, very large caravan sites along this part of the coast. You'll probably notice that a lot of holiday accommodation is very close to the sand dunes and the sea. I'm sure it doesn't need a lot of imagination to think about how beautiful and wonderful that is, but also what the dangers are. We finished this part of the flight along the coast over Winterton and the beautiful wild area of sand dunes. It's one of my favourite beaches in the whole of Britain. Further along Winterton, it's called Winterton Ness. It's from the French word for nose because of the shape of the sea and the coast sticking out into it. The beach is famous for the little tern laying its eggs in the sand, and people, and especially dogs, are asked to stay away in the breeding season during the summer. The churchyard here has graves of several shipwrecked sailors, and some of the older houses have wood from wrecked ships. It's a reminder to always respect the power of the sea.